Hey guys, another episode. This time I actually want to refer back to the last one, which was about research. Last time I was talking about whether or not how much research was enough. This time, because of some of the comments on that, I wanted to go into the sorts of things where you should do your research and sometimes where you should probably just skip over the entire thing, everything entirely. There was comments on particular stuff with space travel. Makes sense with considering my viewers, and different types of space travel you can use to achieve FTL. I don't want to get into the specifics because it's going to involve other authors' material. But there are times when you want to get your research down for space travel. When you're developing a new propulsion system or whatever, you decide to ground it in reality and you just want to hammer it home. Okay? And that's fine. In fact, that can be really awesome. Generally speaking, if you're going to go that direction and you're talking about FTL, you're going to be talking the Alcubierre warp drive, most likely. However, there are also other times where you don't want to get locked in that grounded. And in that particular situation, if you're talking hyperspace or some other strange version of FTL that really doesn't have any grounding in actual science, then you probably should actually avoid researching real-world FTL theories. You should not get yourself locked into any science, because if you're going to go fantastical, then trying to ground it in science is going to wind up with a weird juxtaposition that will throw a lot of people out of the story. If your FTL drive is going to bend real-world science in some way that is inexplicable, then don't try to explain it with real science. You're just far better off basically saying, I'm trying to think of the right wording here, but you're better off just effectively saying, you know what, this is my little bit of hand-wavium, don't look at this. Or if you do want them to look at it, this is my unobtainium. This is my MacGuffin that works. I'm not going to get into trying to explain it through any real-world science. It just is. Let's move on. People will be much more forgiving of that than if you try and explain something clearly impossible with real-world science. The two don't work well together, okay? So it's basically a problem a lot of magic systems encounter when they try to get too deep into explaining how the magic works. And boy, this is something that drives me nuts because I kind of like writing in that sort of environment, but I'm constantly trying to quantum mechanics away the magic. And yeah, you can do that. Actually, I built some fairly complex magic systems based around quantum mechanics. But almost always you're going to run into the situation where it just starts feeling wrong mixing the two. Magic is magic. Science is science. Technology is an expression of science. So if you're working with technology, stick with it. Magic is almost like the technological expression of art. And if you're going with the fantastical, which a lot of space operas do, just accept that some of your tech is probably going to be Clark tech. That is effectively magic, as far as you and your readers are able to comprehend. And that's okay. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Don't trip over yourself. Don't stumble, don't pull yourself down trying to explain Clark tech. It's not going to work. Alright guys, I'll see you next time, and I hope you guys are all doing well, writing. Cheers.